Hello everyone, welcome to Breaking Cycles with me Masiro, a channel where we talk about rediscovering peace from toxic parenting. So guys, today I would love us to talk about this thing called toxic parenting. And the reason as to why I decided to talk about it is because I realized a lot of people are still going through it, even if it is in their adulthood. For example, recently tumekuwa tukiona people recording videos and they're so bitter about their parents. Their parents are doing things that are not even encouraging, and you wonder why would a parent do such things to an adult in scenarios where we see mama ana mistreat mtoto wake, ama mtoto unapata anaenda maybe ku make peace na wazazi, but the parent is not yet ready, and issue ni ati they're still adults, you get. But now I decided to be vocal about it, kinda, because this is something that is still going in our society and people are not talking about it enough. And I would love us to engage in this issue so that we kind of find a solid solution towards it, or even we educate both parents and their kids and their children on how to navigate this thing called parenting. I know times are tough and wazazi wako na issues zao, and most of them are still portraying it to their children. Others, they didn't make it in life, and or they feel like since they gave birth to their children, it is their responsibility to repay their parents back. Yani, they're making children feel like since you are here on earth due to a parent, it's time to pay back. You get what I mean? So guys, today let's dive into it. So what is this toxic parenting thing? It is a consistent pattern of behavior where a parent's action harm a child's emotional, physical, or even psychological well-being. If you're feeling like your parent is hurting you in either way of those three dimensions, guys, that thing it's not healthy. You know, there is a difference between strict parent and a toxic parent. But now here tuna clarify kuhusu wazazi toxic. Now, nataka before we start going deeper in this issue, nataka muelewe there is a difference between that one-off moment, hizo occasional mistakes, from those toxicity. Toxicity ni a pattern of behavior, but a healthy one ndio mzazi will make mistake, but they are ready to change, and it is not often, it is that one-off mistake, or it happens occasionally. Sisi taka wazazi wazoe kusema ati, oh, I'm doing all this for your own good, or this pattern it is for your own good. No. Nataka mwelewe, if anything is harming your child, whether emotionally, psychologically, or even physically, it is not healthy. So tutajuaje wazazi ni toxic, ama utajuaje mzazi ni toxic? Point number one, when they control disguised as care. This is where they micromanages your choices, your thoughts, your friends. You know, there is that measure of control that a parent goes to an extent of controlling you as a child, but there is that where a parent micromanages your thoughts. You know, you cannot be yourself, you cannot think for yourself, or you don't have a choice to make. It is for your parent to make those choices, and mostly in a conduct for their own interest, not even for the well-being of that child. So control disguised as care, it's a one red flag. Number two, it is emotional manipulation. This is where they use phrases like, after all, everything I've done to you, this is how you repay me. Or they say, it's time for you to pay me back because I gave back to you. Yani, they're entitled. They make you feel like you're responsible for them because they brought you here on earth. You get what I mean, my point? Or even they wrong you as a child and they end up playing victim. You get? Or they silent treat you. There is an issue here between a parent and a child, but they are not talking, they silent treat you. Number three, Lack of respect for boundaries. As you grow up as a child, a healthy parent will learn to respect your boundaries, but a toxic parent will never do that. For example, you maybe you have your own room. To those who are privileged to have their own room, and maybe you're doing your case studies, or maybe you have a Zoom meeting with your fellow students and all that. Maybe, and a parent, a simple thing as knocking, they come in barging, or even those who are too toxic, they and the wazazi wenye wanaingianga tu kwa girls rooms and anyhow, you know what I mean. There's some spaces as a child needs to be alone, alone. Not every time you're coming with makelele. Try to understand your child. The boundaries that they have, there are those to be controlled maybe, and there are those to be respected. You get what I mean? Exactly. Number 4, it is conditional love. Oh God. And this happens kwanza kwa firstborn daughters. Oh God, this thing is going on a lot. Conditional love, this is where now you've gone out there. Umeanza kuhustle, umeanza get to do, and a parent comes and asks you for money, and maybe you're not meeting the expectation, and you get to see that, oh, wow, you're like, oh, a parent now decided to change. They never show you affection. There is this example, unapatanga mzazi akijua ni mwisho wa mwezi and they want something, they want money, from their children. They will be like, hey, my daughter, oh, my son, oh, I love you so much, kindly I need some 2K. And the child is like, my budget is tight now, maybe later or next time, for now I'm not good. And you see, even a parent cannot talk again, they hang up the phone, the next call they are calling with moody feelings, they are very moody, they're not calling you like vile mamako amezoea kukuita ama baba yako, because you never met their expectations, constant criticism and comparison. This is where your parent tells you or shows you you're not good enough. Na hii kitu inahappen sana kwanza watoto wakigrow. You tend to see a parent is comparing a child with another child. Or even if if a child is an adult, unapata mzazi ana compare wewe na mtu mwingine who is doing well in life. But parents fail to understand that every child has his or her own capabilities. There are those who are good in books. There are those who are good in talent. You cannot compare the one who is good in talent to the one who is good in books. Okay, yes, kuna ile constant reminding of a child that even if you're playing football, please remember books. You need to perform. You need to do well so that maybe in future you can go somewhere. Even books help. But utapata, you're not good enough. You're using vulgar languages or even abusive words to clear a point of comparison to this child. That's not good. That's harmful. Number 6, unpredictable behavior. And this is a similar scenario to that point of conditional love. Today, you find a parent is so sweet. You're talking so well, peacefully, and you're like, oh, mom is in good moods today. Another time, you don't know what has happened, and a parent is so abusive, so explosive. They are using every language. They're calling you names, and they're unpredictable. And the child always feels comfortable when a parent is engaging in them or engaging with them. You get. This issue puts a child in a confusion status. They don't know whether to open up. They don't know whether to engage with the parents' mood. It inafanyanga mtoto anabaki in a confused state. Now, wale wazazi wenye wamezoea kukemea watoto, mara unamuita hey good boy or kababa or you're a good son, or maybe you're talking something else, you are laughing. And because you have emotions and your own depressions and stressed, you come in and you're like, you get. That's so harmful. Number 7, dismissing or mocking emotions. You know, sometimes parents wanakoseanga. You all know that. And it's always right for a child to tell a parent, mommy or daddy, here I feel like you didn't do well, or you wronged me here. Kindly, can we correct this? Oh, and a parent be like, oh, you're too sensitive, you're too emotional, you're overreacting, and they dismiss your emotions. They don't want to know how you feel. What you feel doesn't matter to them. What matters to them is how they've judged things or they've concluded things. But you and your emotions, mkae kando. So if a parent doesn't care how you feel, or they're making decisions without caring how you'll feel later, that's not good. That's so harmful. And finally, when a parent never apologizes, it is high time we as parents should learn to apologize to our children. They're humans, they're human beings too. They have emotions, they can see, they learn. But for us, when we're wrong, we should learn to say sorry. There is this word in the Bible that says, Ephesians 6, children, obey your father and mother so that you may live long on earth. But it also goes ahead and says, and parents, do not provoke your children to anger. You get? So it goes both ways, so that there can be a healthy relationship. And unapatanga watoto healthy, they tend even to do well. They are overconfident. They are so expressive because wazazi wao wanaonyeshanga you're enough, you're good, you matter to us, But have you ever seen watoto wenye wamerezwa na wazazi toxic or too strict? They're never expressive. Most of them, even nowadays, in their adulthood, they're introverted. They don't know how even to socialize. They even don't know how to maneuver in social life, you get. So let's do better. Let's do better as parents. Kindly, ikitu I'll do a video of where a mother is colliding with an adult child who is a daughter. Anapitisha hadi kwa grandchild, and it's not right. Those things hurt. They really hurt. If you feel like there's that barrier, you're not able to clarify things with your child, or you cannot come to a maturity level where you can solve things, it's good to call a third party who can talk to you and maybe help you, maybe therapists, to those who can do or who can afford therapists. Instead of giving cold treatment to one another, my point is, parents, let's do better. Take a good examination in our society today. I love how Gen Zs are so expressive and they solve things there and there. They tell you whether you like it or not. They don't care even if you're a parent. They don't care. There is that notion of, mostly in Africa, when you're a child and you tend to talk to correct your parent, and maybe they've wronged you, or maybe you'd love to share your emotions or even your thoughts with your parent. Most parents don't agree that. They're like, oh, you're too disrespectful. Kindly, kaa na emotions zako. Kaa na emotions zako huko, and I am a parent, I am an adult, respect me. They don't realize respect doesn't come from being negative. Even if you're a child, utashindwa kurespect huyo mzazi, will be like, oh, you're my parent, but at this point, I would rather stay away. Or even unapata pia mtoto anapata na emotions and they're even shouting to prove a point. Anyway, my point is, let's do a healthy parenting. Toxicity is harming our children. Toxicity is bringing the monsters out of our children, and they're not doing well in life, knowing that a parent somewhere is doing a lot of bad things to them. So Until next time, guys, if you would want us to talk about something different or regarding toxic parenting, or you'd want us to know maybe some things maybe you're going through, engage us in the comment section. Until next time, guys, it's a bye bye for now.